Hello student, good morning. This is the session of network security where we are going to discuss about this subject, and in today's session we will discuss some introduction to security. So this is the content what we are going to discuss in this video. First we will discuss what is security, what are the security concern, and then we will discuss some encryption technique, encryption terminology, and basic terms that are used in network security. Okay, so let's start with security. What is security? Security is basically something to provide protection. When we have to provide protection in the term of information, or in the when we have to apply security for the data, then it comes under the security related to computer science. So actually, the information security requirement in the recent time is changing day by day. Traditionally, we are using physical thing to manage all the component, but in current scenario, current days, we are using too much computer data, and we required a tool that is going to protect all the files and all the information in our computer or through the network, where we have to communicate something, or where we have to send the data or information from one point to another point, or in the terms of like that, the source to destination. So in this scenario we required some security protocols, security tools, so our data is going to, so that our data is going to be in terms of safe. So this is basic meaning of security. So there are three definition, three terms in the security. First is computer security. What is computer security? Computer security is basically security terms defined for the protecting data which are placed in a particular system to the hackers. So that terms is defined as computer security. Basically, it deal with the security of the data in our PCs or our system. What is network security? Network security is actually dealing the security related to when we are transferring data from one source to another point, that is destination. So when we are going to send the data from source to destination, that time if you require the security, that security is called as network security. And third one is internet security. Basically, when we transmit data all over the connected networks, all over the interconnected networks measures, then it comes under the internet security. So internet security is basically measuring the protection of the data in the terms of interconnected network. When you are going to transfer from one source to source to destination in an interconnected network, that time if we required some security protocols or measure to protect the data, that times we deals about the internet security. So in this particular session, we focus on the internet security, or something called as security in the term of communication while sending the data from one point to another point. That may be a internet security or may be a network security. So basically we will deal in network security to protecting the data when we are going to send the data from source to destination, which are present in maybe in the same network or in a different network. So how we are going to measure? There are some parameter to measure that security, and we are going to measure in the form of deter, prevent, detect the problems, and correct the security violation on that particular transmission. So in these things, these are we are going to basically discuss in that particular subject. Okay, so this is the basic model of network security. What is that? So when we are going to send some data from sender to receiver, so let us assume that this is our sender and this is our receiver. So we have to send the data from sender to receiver. How it's going to be sent? So first we have to apply some security related transmission, and that is going to added with some secret information, and that message is called as secure message. That message is going to be transferred through a particular channel to the receiver end. and receiver end is going to receive this secure message, and with the help of that secret information he is going to get the uh, actual plain text or actual message. In this scenario, we have to deal with the security related to this secret information, security related to this channel, and security related to while receiving the data. So in this particular network security model, we deal with all the scenario, all the security measure in this scenario. So that actually that comes under the trusted parties. Okay, so uh, in this network security, one of the major component is cryptography. So that is called as encryption technique or introduction to encryption technique. That is basically called as a cryptography. So first we will discuss what is cryptography. So cryptography is something to hide the information. So if you are going to hide the information, then how you are going to send the data? Basically, we are saying that if there is a message, let us assume that I have a message, hello. Let us assume that I have a message, hello. And I have to send that message to someone. So I am a sender and a particular person is a receiver, and I have to send this hello message to the receiver. So we are not going to directly send this hello message. We are going to change this message in the form of hidden format. So this is the process to hiding the actual content so that no one is going to misuse this. Or mainly, we are going to protect this information from other people. So we have to just send this data by protecting this message to the receiver. So only receiver can see this, what is the actual message. This term is called as cryptography. There are so many terms related to cryptography. We will discuss one by one. So before that, we will discuss why we required cryptography, or why we required encryption and decryption type of things. Why we required to hide the information. That is actually required for maintain the confidentiality. If I want to maintain the confidentiality in such a way that only receiver is going to see the message, then we require a encryption algorithm. When you have to reach the integrity, when you have to apply the authentication, non-repetition of the data, and access control for that information, who is going to access, who is not going to access, and at what level a particular person is going to access, and availability of that data. So for these concern, we require the encryption algorithm. This is the basic block diagram of cryptography, encryption and decryption. So basic block diagram. What is that? Let us assume that this is a sender A and this is the receiver B, and a sender want to send the data to the receiver. How he is going to send the data? So if sender have a plain text or message, let us assume that message is hello, and he want to send that data through a particular channel. How he is going to send that? So first, the sender is going to encrypt this hello message in a different text or in a different scenario. So first, this A is going to encrypt this message, that is called as encrypted message, or the output of that encryption is called as a cipher text, and that cipher text is going to transfer through the channel to the receiver. So when the receiver receive that information, that cipher text, he is going to apply the decryption algorithm, and by applying decryption algorithm, then this receiver B can see the actual plain text, what was the plain text, and then he is going to read that particular message. So this is the basic block diagram of encryption and decryption techniques, or we can say that this is the basic block diagram of cryptography. So this is actually defining the flow diagram or block diagram of cryptography. So okay, so we will discuss some basic terminology only in this particular video. So first, what is the encryption? There is a term Encryption. So first, what is encryption? Encryption is the process to encode a message so that its meaning is not going to be obvious. Just like previous example, if a particular sender is taken a message hello, then we are going to encode this hello in a different context. So when some hacker or some middleman is going to detect that particular message, that particular ciphertext is not going to easily read the message. So that algorithm is called as encryption. Something process of hiding, that is called as encryption. Similarly, what is decryption? So decryption is the actually reverse process of encryption. Reverse process of encryption, that means we received a something encrypted message, and finally we want that actual message. The process to convert encrypted message to the actual message or original message is called as decryption. So encryption and decryption both are the reverse process of each other. And what is crypto system? So crypto system is a system or a scenario where we are using encryption and decryption. So if you are combining this encryption and decryption, that whole system is called as a crypto system or cryptography. So actually cryptography deal with the first encryption and then decryption. When we are going to study the different algorithm in this particular subject, so we will discuss what are the process to encrypt the message and what are the process to decrypt the message. So encryption plus decryption is called as cryptography. So we can say that cryptography is encryption plus decryption. Cryptography is encryption plus decryption. Okay. Now come to the next term that we are going to use in this cryptography system, plain text. Every time we say that what is plain text, or we use the term plain text. What is plain text? Plain text is the actual message. Message is called as a plain text in cryptography system. So what was the message? That message is called as plain text. Ciphertext. The output of encryption algorithm is called as ciphertext. When we are going to hide the information in a particular scenario, then the output of that hiding process is called as ciphertext. Key. What is key? Key. Key is the extra thing or extra bit or extra information which are going to use to hide the information. The process is going to use another information. That information is called as key. Encryption algorithm is going to take message plus key to encrypt that particular message or to encode that particular message. Let example, if I'm saying that our message is HELLO, hello, and we are going to encrypt this message like that. First we are going to write L, second we are going to write O, third we are going to write again L, fourth we are going to write H, and fifth we are going to write E. So this is our ciphertext. This is our plain text, and the process we are using, that is substitution. That means we are actually permuting the sequence of that particular message. So we are using like that. First we are writing fourth character, then we are writing fifth character, then we are writing third character, then we are writing first character, and then we are writing second character. So this 4 5 3 1 2, this is called as key for the encryption in this particular example. So key is a extra information that is going to use to encode the message or encode the plain text in the ciphertext. That may be a numeric value, that may be a symbolic value, or that may be a bit information, that may be anything. which is going to use to encrypt that particular message. Encryption algorithm. Next is encryption algorithm. Encryption algorithm is the process or algorithm to encrypt plain text to the ciphertext plus ciphertext to the plain text. So encryption algorithm, that means the process to encrypt and decrypt. So this is the actually crypto system involved in that particular algorithm. So when we are talking about the encryption, any encryption algorithm, then we are going to discuss what are the process to encrypt that message in that particular algorithm and what are the process to decrypt that particular message. So both the process encryption and decryption comes under the encryption algorithm. And cryptanalysis. What is cryptanalysis? Cryptanalysis is actually checking the information, checking that how we are encrypting something, or uh, if any person is going to break that ciphertext, or we are saying that some hacker is there who is going to hack our information. So how he is going to do that, or at what level he is going to achieve that this breaking system, or we can say that at what time, or how much time he is taking to break this system. So is these things are going to study in cryptanalysis. Actually, in cryptanalysis, we discuss about the what are the parameter for encryption and decryption. What are the what key measure how we are going to detect flaws in that particular encryption algorithm. So these things comes under the cryptanalysis. So that's all in this video. We will meet in the next video where we will discuss some algorithm, some technique of encryption algorithm. Okay, thank you.